Hello, third grade. You're like, Miss Widger, you've already made like 5 videos today. Trying to be a YouTube rock star? Yes, I am. I'm also going stir crazy. But YouTube rock stars make unboxing videos. And on my porch today was my donor choose box full of books that Scholastic sent. The original label had it sent to the school, but they slapped a new one on and sent it to my house. So I'm pretty excited. Shout out to Scholastic for, making sure that I can get these books. And I can't see third grade, but I can make sure that they see the books. So I'm going to unbox. I cut it open, but that's as much as I've done so far. I didn't open like the actual books yet. That's the packing paper. The list from Scholastic of my books. The kitchen table is not big enough. Okay, so we have 2 sets of books. This is the must-haves for third grade. Some of them will look familiar because I could see on the front, we have these 2 in class. In fact, Friendle, everyone got a copy of this at the beginning of the year because I had a bunch of people who donated money. So everyone can get a book all year long. So, tearing open the plastic. Now, we have Friendle, the first Captain Underpants. I'm going to drop stuff. My Father's Dragon, which I had a copy of this in the class, but I hadn't read it aloud. So you never know. Maybe I'll read this one. Maybe I'll put it in the library. Chocolate Touch. That's a good book. Don't know if anyone's read that. If you haven't, when we go back, you can read it. The original Flat Stanley. Stuart Little. And while we have E.B. White, Charlotte's Web, which I know you read last year with Miss McCluskey. Stone Fox, that's a good book. Clementine. She looks kind of crazy like Pippi. Maybe I'll read this one. Sarah Plain and Tall. This is a quick read. It's not too many chapters. So I think, boys and girls would like that one. The 100 Dresses. I've never read that. Now I have something to read. The World According to Humphrey. Now, did you get this book or a different Humphrey book? I'm pretty sure I handed out one of these this year. Another Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Never have too many of these. Oh, Super Narwhal and Jelly Jolt. It's a picture book. Maybe I'll read aloud some of these picture books because it looks like I have a few of those. Henry and Mudge, the first book. Who would win? Killer whale or great white shark? I think it'd be a draw. Jack and the Beanstalk. The True Story of the 3 Little Pigs. And Little Widger has a copy of this actually in the kitchen somewhere. Pink and Say. This is another book that makes Miss Widger cry. I think we have one in our class, maybe. I'm not sure. Oh, Amelia and Eleanor Go for a Ride. I believe that student number 10 just did his women's history project about Amelia Earhart. So this would be a good book. Definitely reading this. Hopefully in person. If not, then on YouTube. The next one's bigger. Oh, so awkward. Okay. These are Newbery award-winning books. Tear open the plastic. See, I'm tearing the plastic. I didn't really show you last time. I kind of just sat it on my lap. We have The Birminghams Go to Washington. I've read this book. This is a good book. It has some stuff that's kind of sad, but it's a good book. Pictures of Hollis Woods. I've heard of this book, but I haven't read it. So I might have to just start making a pile of all the books I want to read. Make that pile now. Bridge to Terabithia. Makes Miss Widger cry. So if I read this aloud, I would cry. It's a sad book. I know in 5th grade, some people have read it when they did their book of the quarter reports. Hatchet. I have some of these in class, but I don't know if I have them in the library. I have like a set of 4 or 5. Hatchet's a good book. Story about a boy and some adventures that he goes on after a plane crash. Dear Mr. Henshaw, Beverly Clearly. She had wrote the Ramona book that we read. So this might be a good one. Because of Winn-Dixie. This book makes me cry too. And there's a movie that goes with it. So I know you guys would definitely want me to read it. Because it makes me cry. And there's a movie. The Wednesday Wars. Never heard of it. It says, he's just started 7th grade with Mrs. Baker, a teacher he knows is out to get him. Why would she make him read Shakespeare outside of class? The year is 1967, and everyone has bigger things to worry about. There's Vietnam for one thing, and there's a family business. As far as Holling's father is concerned, nothing is more important than the family business. In fact, all the Hoodhoods must be on their best behavior at all times. The success of Hoodhood and Associates depend on it. But how can Holling stay out of trouble when he has Mrs. Baker to contend with? I'm not sure if this will go in the class library. It seems like it. Oh, they say he's in 7th grade, so who knows? Might be weird 7th grade things. One Crazy Summer. That's a good book. The View from Saturday. Haven't heard of this book either. This talks about a 6th grader. No one expected them to trounce the other 2 6th grades in the 6th grade championship. It's interesting. I'm going to have to read that to see if I want to put it in there because it says 6th grade. The True Confessions of Charlotte Doyle. It says treason and treachery on the high seas. Sounds like exciting things with pirates. Rules. That's a good book. It's about a girl and her brother is autistic and he's very rigid with the rules and his life is pretty much governed by these rules. I had kids that read it a few years ago and they liked it. Ringer. Not all birthdays are welcome. This is a big old book. I'm going to read that one. Nothing But the Truth. Says this is about a 9th grader. Okay. I'm going to read that too to see if I should add it. Flora and Ulysses. That looks like a good book. There's some cool pictures in here. Not the whole thing's pictures, but there's some pictures in here. And it's by Kate DeMillo, and I know that she writes lots of really good children's books. Out of the Dust. This is about the Dust Bowl, something that happened in pre-ancient times. Remember, I'm ancient. This is pre-ancient. Inside Out and Back Again. This talks about some stuff in Saigon. So I'm wondering if it's during the Vietnam War. I'm going to have to add it to my pile of things to read. Hello, Universe. Virgil Salis is shy and misunderstood. Valencia Somerset is clever and stubborn. Takori Tanaka tells fortunes and reads the stars. Chet, the Bolins, is the biggest bully in the neighborhood. They aren't friends. They don't all go to the same school. But when Chet pulls an unthinkable prank on Virgil and Virgil's pet guinea pig, Gulliver, the lives of these 4 middle schoolers collide in surprising and unexpected ways. Just a coincidence? Or some things meant to be? That looks like a good book. 3 Times Lucky. This was one of the books that was on the Global March Madness. The one that we were voting for before our 2-week break. And I added to Google Classroom a link, I believe, so you can still vote. Because round 2 ends tomorrow. So I can add this to my March Madness books, where I had some of my other ones. Piecing Me Together. There's a little tear back there. Must have been up getting packaged. It says, in this story, a girl striving for success in a world that feels like it wants to break her. Oh, sounds sad. I'm going to read it. Then I can tell you if it made me cry. The Girl Who Drank the Moon. This is a big old book. No pictures. But it sounds it looks kind of sci-fi because there's like can you see that? There's like a little dragon there. This is cool. Well, now you get to see all the new books we're going to have in our classroom once we come back from our extended break. And I'd like to thank my friend Mike and my cousin Sonja and my friend Amy and the random lady in Wisconsin who donated the last $35 so we could get all these cool books. So now I gotta move my books. See, I made a pile of all the books I want to read. I am a fast reader, but I don't know if I could read a book a day. So these are all the books, and I hope everyone is doing well and you have something exciting to look forward to when you come back to school. So bye.